We have about 60 cameras out on our property out in the woods, and they film 24/7. Well, one day we got lucky with this one and happened to see that it was filming an anole lizard who was doing the big puff up of the dewlap, and it didn't seem to be performing for anybody in particular, but it was really performing here. And at one point here it turned around, showed its tail, which was about double the entire length of its body here. So it was quite a show, really. Right here I've now slowed down one of those clips so that you can really see the dewlap expanding out. And apparently the way they do that is that they have sort of a soft bone that hinges up under the chin there, or kind of under the back part of the mouth, I'll say. And they can flip it downward, thus stretching their dewlap out and giving that beautiful color and that big full display there. We'll come back to that in a little bit at the end of the video, but first I want to show you something that we thought was very interesting. Out over kind of a dry creek bed, this is a green anole, we believe, because of the color of the dewlap and the fact that it does eventually turn green here, and looks like a male probably, and it looks like the other green anole lizards that we see around here. In just a few seconds after it had gone out onto this perch that's out over the creek, a Texas spiny lizard basically follows it out there, and it never did turn into anything that looked hostile to us. It seemed truly that the anole had gone out and just put on a show for whoever might be watching at a distance. And then the spiny lizard saw it, was intrigued, and followed the anole out there. The most interesting part was that after a short bit here, the spiny lizard starts kind of closing in what seemed like a friendly way. And I continue to believe that it was in a friendly way because it got up to within about 2 inches, we'll see in just a moment, while the anole is, kind of puffing up the dewlap there and putting on a nice show. And the spiny lizard seems to basically be enjoying it, is my interpretation of it. And the spiny lizard starts creeping on out closer. Here we'll go back to a different camera view to where you can see how close they are, and ultimately, as I say, ended up a couple of inches away with these not there yet, and that's about as close as they got. But again, seems like it could be friendly. Maybe the anole is fanning out the dewlap just to kind of scare off the spiny lizard. Hard to say really what's going on. But ultimately, they kind of hung out there for a little bit. This whole process really took 15 to 20 minutes that we've collapsed down into 2 or 3 minutes here. So the spiny lizard does a little bit of displaying also. Could be male, could be female. We couldn't get an eye on whether there was a blue stripe under the belly of the spiny lizard because we were shooting at such a distance. We're quite a few feet away here and have had to blow it up to get a view at all. Well, another interesting thing then, the anole turns from brown to green over a period of inside a minute, easy, maybe 45 seconds or so, goes back to what I'm assuming is its normal green color rather than brown, and ultimately gets even greener than it is right there, then goes into a bright green, the kind of common bright green that we saw back at the beginning of the video, and ultimately sort of decides, okay, enough of this, and scurries away, goes back up into the tree here, and kind of, it looks like stepped on the spiny lizard's tail right there as it went out. I've played it a few times, and it looks like it may have actually stepped on it. Well, here's just a couple of finish up little still shots here that I thought were nice to show you the details. See the ear hole back there. nice display of the dewlap, and we welcome these guys and hope to see them again.